Hi, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about how humanity, how we're getting back to ourselves, how we're learning ourselves again, and how we're finally able to, or we're getting back to the place of being able to just be and to be in the space to create so that we can let go of all of the worldly matters and distractions and stuff like that, because all that stuff is just set up to just keep us distracted and pull us away from being able to create, pull us away from being able to just be. And I feel like this is so important for people because we've always just been on this constant cycle of working, paying bills, more work, paying more bills. And it's like when you're just stuck on that cycle 24/7, you don't really have time to like sit down and really think and just be able to do something that you like to do for a change, or be able to just sit down and create something, or just to be able to relax your mind and just have a moment to yourself. It's really no time to do that if you're constantly working for the system. And my thing is, it's just like, why are we working constantly for something else, for a system that's not even created to even care about us? Like this whole society world, the computer world, the matrix world, it's not even set up for the people. It's just set up to keep us completely like out of it, to keep our brains shut off so that we're just so constantly on go all the time that we don't even have a chance to just be. And as humans, we're supposed to, our natural state, we're honestly supposed to just be, or our natural habitat is to just literally be in our own energy and just be. It's like that feeling that you have when you're doing nothing, like absolutely nothing, and you feel really good with just doing absolutely nothing. Or you go to the park, whatever you like to do. If you just like to listen to music in your free time, whatever that moment is where you just get to be in your own energy, relax, think, you can actually take a step back and be able to just have a clear mind, and it's not busy and it's like all this stuff going on constantly. It's just a chance for you to be able to just sit. And I think this is humans' natural state of being, because we are energy, just like everything else, just like nature, just like trees, just like animals. And, animals and trees, like they don't pay bills. They don't go to work. They don't drive up and down the highway 24/7. They're not moving so fast, and they're not doing that. They're just literally being. Like if you go outside and you're looking at a tree, you're going to just see the tree just being in the tree's state of being a tree. They're connected. Their roots are connected to other trees, and they all work together, and they're all just being. Same thing with animals. They're able to just be in there with their family, and they can just relax and, be in nature as well with each other. So for us humans, us having to always just be on go, I think all the time, is just such a distraction, and it just takes us away from what we were placed here to do in the first place. And again, I do think that this is finally coming to a close. So I do think that the rat race of continuously doing things like 24/7, I think that that's ending now, because people are getting tired of doing it. And it's just like, what are we doing all of this for? It's really no purpose and no meaning behind it. It's like you're working and you're working. You work all these years, and it's like you still have to like keep pushing. It's like it's still not enough. It's like every chance, it's like you just have to keep doing all this stuff, and it's just like it's so draining. Takes all of your energy out, and then by the time you come home at night, or by the time you have some free time to yourself, it's like you don't really have that much time left, because there's really not that much time in the day. But it's just like by the time you're able to sit down and really gather your own thoughts, you have to literally go to bed and restart the whole cycle all over again. And I just think that the cycle is just, it doesn't make any sense, and it's just set up to keep people constantly just doing nothing that has like, it keeps you where you're just like, you're fighting for the system. Like you don't have any like meaning. And it's just like, you're just doing all this stuff for what? And at some point, because I do believe that humanity is getting to this point right now, but I think it's getting closer and closer. I feel like more people are finally looking at it and waking up and saying, wait, what am I doing all of this for necessarily? Like, yeah, I mean, you're working and all this for your family and for your household. And I understand that, but it's just like, again, it's for the system though. So you're not really doing this for yourself. This is just, you have to do this because it's like the only way to like live in the matrix. This is crazy. It's like, so you have to pay to live. It just doesn't make any sense. So it's just like, why would you, or thinking about it this way, like, okay, if we pass away, right, and we're out of our bodies and we go to the next realm, it's literally like, well, the way the system is, it's like, well, we can't even, so if we pass away, it's like, what do we have to pay? Like $1 million just to pass away peacefully? Like you can't, it's literally like you pass away and then you go to the other side and then the energies on the other side are like, I'm sorry, you can't come in here unless you have $1 million. If you don't have $1 million, you can't even pass away in peace. You have to find $1 million in order to even just like, in order to just pass away. Like what? So it's the same thing here. It's just like, we shouldn't have to do all of this and be constantly on go all the time in order to just live and to just be. And it's that feeling you get when you're just, again, when you're in nature, when you're doing absolutely nothing, when you're at the beach, when you get to listen and watch the birds fly by. Like that is like those moments, or just being even with your family and having like one-on-one time with close people in your lives. Like those moments mean more than any of this. And I think that that's the place that we should stay in. We should stay in that state. And this is why this butter biscuit behind, like, I don't know, it's like a completely crazy world where it's just like you have to constantly be on go. This is why I think that right now is the time period for people to finally be able to do things that they like to do for a change, and being able to step into your creative space and, do whatever comes to mind, do things that you like to do. And finding that the thing is, it's just like, if we're still under this, the matrix, the society, the government, if we're still under all this stuff, it's like you're out of the system, but then you're kind of still in the system because you have to pay the bills and all this stuff. And it's just like that stuff gets in the way and doesn't really allow you to have much time to, just to be in your own state and be able to just do whatever you want to do, create, be, live, laugh, that's literally it. But I do believe that this time is like, this rat race stuff is finally coming to a close, and it is ending. But I think that now it's the time for humanity to finally step into our powers and really own it, to be able to really take back all of our energy that was stolen for so many years and so many generations. It was just snatched from the fluffy people, and the fluffy people took our energy for centuries, for years, and it's just like they feed off of it, and this is how they're able to create off of our own energy. So then we're stuck sitting here like drained, and it's like we have nothing left, and we're just sitting here like, so we're just left here to pay bills and then go night. Like I don't think so. It's more to life than that. And this whole point of us even being here has to be deeper than that. And it's like, I even think about, all the cycles that we go through in life, and the different lessons we go through. And it's like, we don't go through all of this just to do nothing. Like, we don't go through all this just to go eat pizza and look at each other. Like, no, like we do all of this because it has to be some type of final conclusion behind this. It has to be something bigger for for humanity, because we've done everything. We've done all the healing. We've worked on ourselves. And now I think because we've done that, because the times are shifting anyway. I mean, we are in the age of Aquarius, so this is a completely different time. We're out of the age of Pisces. There's no more control, no more the government and people over us and telling us what we have to do, when we have to do it, and why we have to do. No, that time period is over. It's more of a time of being free, tapping in the knowledge. This is why knowledge is so it's coming to people very quickly right now. In our dreams, when we're in nature. Our guides are talking to us. This is why it's coming through so clearly now, because everything is shifting into a completely different phase right now. And people are literally finally stepping into their powers and being able to just be so powerful. And this is what the fluffy people don't want. They don't want us to do that because they've been feeding off of us for so long. So this is why I even think why all this stuff is going on right now in the news and the distractions and stuff blowing up and all the stuff that they're doing. It's they push this because they want us to be scared and afraid and, and thinking that, because I've been picking up on energy lately of just high intensity, feeling rushed or feeling like time is running out. I've been feeling that. I'm okay. And I always say to myself, okay, that can't be me. That has to be worldly energy, because it's just every time I'm feeling something at high intensity, I know that it's worldly related. And it's what probably the fluffy people are doing to distract us so that we're not in our state of mind, so that it takes us away from creating and just being. And then it just makes us feel afraid or feel I don't know. It was just something about this very fast paced energy and just things just feeling like time is running out. And I figured, I was just okay, that definitely has to be the fluffy boys, the fluffy people, because this is what they do. They put this stuff in the news to distract us so that we're so afraid that we're just sitting there oh, well, I guess it's all over. And and it's no, they're just doing that to knock us off of our power, knock us off of our pedestal. But it's no, right now is the time for humanity to step up. Now is the time for humanity to take our power back and be able to literally, just with us taking our power back and stepping in it. And like I said, this is why I feel right now is a really good time for people to create whatever it is that you want to create, whatever you've been thinking about, but you never had really the time to do it, or anything that you've always wanted to do in your life, or whatever. It's right now, it's just what the hey, just go for it. Do it, because the energy is really open and it's wanting us. I feel our guides are even pushing us right now to do it. They're literally yeah, go do it. Whatever you want to do. You want to go outside, you want to sit in the grass, you want to sell toothpicks, whatever you want to do, whatever you love to do, just do it. It doesn't even matter. You don't even have to put that much thought into it. Just put it out there into the world and just do it. And I think our guys have really been pushing us to do this because the ball is going back into our court right now. And the energy is shifting back to humanity, where humanity is in our power. We are taking back control of everything, which means the fluffy people, they're literally no, no, I'm melting. They literally are melting out here, literally. And they don't know what to do. So this is why they're pushing all this stuff and they're still wanting to push fear into people. And it's I feel right now it's not really working anymore. I just don't think people even care, honestly. It's they're doing all of this, and it's just this is so amazing to me, because this lets me know that people really are stepping into their power, and that us humans, we're finally in control now. So it's whatever we say goes, not what the fluffy people say. They really don't have a say anymore. I call them lizard people, whatever you want to call these people that run everything and been trying to run things since the age of Pisces. They had their reign. Their reign is over. They can't keep doing this anymore. So it's going back to the people now. It's going back to humanity. And it's now that the chance for us to finally be able to, for us to be in charge and for us to call the shots. And it's whatever we say goes at this point. And I do believe that at some point, I don't know when, but I do feel at some point this whole fluffy people world, the society world, and the people that are trying to be in control, that they're going to literally just, they're going to just disappear because they can't. It's just like they can't even, because the frequencies are actually getting even higher on the planet. They can't even really live, honestly. Like their energy can't, I want to say live, but their energy can't even be, because it's like the energy that our frequency, and plus the fact that the Earth's frequency is like really, really high right now. Like the fluffy people, they can't even operate. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they can't even operate in this energy right now. So this is why they're going out of their minds, and they don't even, like, they're just literally on their last string. They're just like, they're like, oh no, like we can't feed off of them anymore. They're stepping into their power. What are we going to do? So this is why, like, I've been feeling like so intense lately. And just because, I just think that the energy is high right now, and people are just like, and then the thing is with us humans, we pick up on everything. So if you've been feeling like high intense energy, or you've been feeling like you have to hurry up and do something, like, that's not you, that's them feeling like they have to hurry up because they're on their last straw, and they just always want to, like, whatever the energy is for them, they always want to push it off to us to make us feel like, oh, we're like something, like, oh no, to make us feel like afraid or whatever, and feel like we're running out of time. But it's like, no, they're running out of time. That's their energy. That's how they feel, because they can't operate on this planet and work on, they can't even operate in this energy anymore. It's too high. So this is why, if you've been feeling like that, that's probably why. It's them. It's, again, I always say it's never us that's really feeling what we're feeling. So I always have to, like, whatever I feel, I always just have to kind of take a step back and think about it for a second and be like, okay, wait a minute. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I seeing this? Like, what? Wait a minute. That's not me. So again, I'd be like, okay, well, this has to be worldly, or it has to be something else going on, worldly events that are happening. That's normally what we pick up on, or even what the fluffy people are doing behind the scenes. We pick up on that too. We even pick up on those types of things, like in our dreams a lot. And that's just to kind of tell us. And again, we're in the age of information. So this is just to give us information behind, like, what they're really doing behind the scenes. So, and for example, like, I had this dream not that long ago. I probably say like maybe a week ago. And in the dream, I was being shown, it was actually me and my mom were in the dream. We were actually sitting, like, in these, just kind of like we were sitting in these chairs, and we were being shown, like, clips in front of us. And in the clips, it was Earth. So we were looking at Earth and what Earth looks like. And again, like, in the dream, we weren't even talking to each other, but it was just like we had to just look at these clips that were being shown in front of us. But in the clips, the clip actually, so the Earth, the way the Earth looks to us now, looked like that. But then it literally shut off, as if it was like, it to me just felt like theater lights, like as if someone literally just cut the lights off and was just like, nope. And then in the dream, I just felt like we were being shown what the Earth really looks like. And for me, it kind of was looking like very computer generated. So it kind of was looking like, okay, so what I'm actually looking at, like what I'm even looking at right now, looking out the window at the street, the cars go by, like, that's not what we're really seeing. So that's not even what this really is. It's like it's computer generated. It's a computer generated world. But in the dream, I just thought it was cool because seeing it like that, and then seeing how, like, the lights shut off and it kind of clicked off, like the sound of it kind of clicked off like theater lights or like stadium lights. Like, this is not even what it is. This is literally a blank slate. And it's just like, they're just it's just, yeah, it's not what everything is just not what we think that we're looking at. It's not. So all of this stuff is, I'm just saying this to say that, like, all of the stuff that's happening right now is for us to finally be able to step into our power, to finally, so things are not as they are, not really what they are, what we think that they are, because it really isn't. And again, this is just not even this world is not even, it's, to me, I believe it's just computer generated. It's like a game. It's like Mario Kart. It's literally like we're living in Mario Kart, and we're stuck in Mario Kart because the people, the fluffy people, literally, I'm calling them the fluffy people. So the fluffy people, the bad guys, they literally kind of like blocked off this section or this timeline or energy part that we're in, so that we kind of like, we're stuck like on this like loop. So we're kind of like, this is why like, even like why like a lot of days, like if you notice, like every day goes by, it just kind of feels like it's like another day, another day, another day. It's literally like a continuous loop cycle. You wake up, you go to work, or you do whatever, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you repeat. You wake up, you go. It's like the same thing, and it's like, whoa, we're not as people, and again as humans, as spiritual beings, we're not supposed to even be stuck on this particular like loop pattern. We're supposed to, we have the access to a whole, to the other timelines, to the other realms, to the different time period. Like we have access to do all of that. It's just the thing is, it's been blocked off from us, so that the fluffy people had access to this and they knew about the stuff, but you know, they keep us like super clueless. So we're just stuck on this same loop, like just stuck here like, oh, I have to work every day and I do this every day and I don't know why I do this every day. I don't like doing this every day because it sucks, but I have to do this every day in order to live. And it's like, no, they created that way just to keep us on this constant cycle and to keep us stuck doing the same thing like over and over and over again. And even with the time, it's like, because we know that time doesn't exist, but it's just like the way that they've created it or tried to control even the time for us. It's like, this is why we're sitting here and we're feeling like these days are going by, and the days actually have been going by quicker because of the fact that the whole illusion on time is breaking right now. So this is why time is actually speeding up quite quickly right now. But time really doesn't even exist. So honestly, for us, like a full day or like 5 hours is literally like 5 minutes or like a second. So it's like, but they try to like, I guess they slow our realm down. So it's like our realm is just like kind of goes at like it's like in a loop type of time. It's just like constant. And it just feels like we're just kind of stuck here, but we're not supposed to be. I'm pretty much saying that we're not supposed to be stuck in just this certain loop. We are supposed to have access, which we have the birthright to have access to everything at the same time. This is what even the ancient Egyptians people had access to back in the beginning. They were able to literally, and they would like astral travel at will, leave their body at will. They would go to different realms. Like we can do that now, but we should be able to even like to speak to other maybe beings in other realms, and to be able to go to other realms, even in our awakened state. I believe we're supposed to be able to just do these things naturally, but the fluffy people have tried to keep that blocked off from us for so long. So I feel like this is even why this realm has been starting to look kind of like hazy, I guess, to me lately. Like I feel like everything is like not what it really is. Like I have moments where I'm just standing, I could be outside and I'm literally looking at the road and I'm just like, what is that? Like, is that road really sitting there right now? Like, is that what I'm looking at? Or even when I'm looking like in the sky, sometimes it's like things are just looking really like Mario Kart to me. Like it's literally like, that's what I feel like. I literally feel like I'm in the game Mario Kart and I'm like Mario and Luigi are literally just driving by. And I'm like, and it's like, again, the way that they set this system up is like, again, it's literally like a Mario Kart game. And it kind of sucks because, and this is again why things are changing, because of the fact that, you know, you think about the games and you think about Mario Kart, because that is a system. It's a computer generated system. But whoever created it, that would be the fluffy people. They create that system. And then it's just like those characters, which would be us, I guess. Yeah, those characters would be us. So it's like we're the characters. We're Luigi, Mario, Donkey Kong. We're all them. And then we're stuck like in this system. And it's just like the only thing that they do in Mario Kart is just race all day long. So that's literally their job. They just race each other. They go to different track races and race and keep racing. And it's like, so that's what this is here. It's just like we're literally doing the same stuff. And it's like, why are we racing all these track? Like, I know we do these things to learn lessons, but I'm just saying, like, as a whole, like, someone is manipulating and trying to control like the different moves that we make and the different thoughts that we have, and just they do all this just so that they can take and feed off of our energy. But again, this is like, it cannot happen anymore. And the fact that things are finally going back to people and back to humanity, it's going back to its rightful owners. And it's like, we're finally able to call the shots now and to even stop this. And again, just with us stepping in our power and like saying this out loud, like actually taking action, being just in our energy, like with us doing that, people may not even know, or people may not even think that just with us doing small things that are so huge, just with us taking action on something that we've always wanted to do, or creating something, or whatever it is that's of high positive energy, just doing that. And it's like, if the numbers of people could do that, if a bunch of people in the world could literally do that at the same time, our energy is so powerful that we can literally stop everything. Like, we can literally shut the whole system down if everybody was on the same page. And I think about this a lot, because a lot of the times I'm always thinking about stuff, and I'm just like, man, it really sucks that people are just having to be in this cycle system, and it's like people have to constantly work and do all this stuff and 9 to 5, and it's like, it's just bills, stuff is crazy. And it's like, if we all could be on the same page, if everyone in humanity could finally take a stand and be like, you know what, no, and actually say it and be like, you know what, even people just walking out of their jobs, like people just walking out of Walmart and being like, I'm not doing this anymore, because what am I doing this for? Just leave, just because, again, the system needs us. We don't need the system. The system needs us. So if we drop the system and just start doing things on our own and just start taking our power back and just being in our creative state and just creating something that we want to do, something that we like doing for a change, not what we have to do because the system told us, but something that we are passionate about. If everyone in the world could do this, I just think that this whole system would crash in a second, because we're so much more powerful than they are. And it's more of us than it is of these fluffy people. It's more of us than it is of them. And this is why they're scared of us. So it's like finally being able to wake up to see this and being like, oh my goodness, wow. So all this time they've been keeping us so clueless because they were scared of us, and they didn't want us to wake up to who we really are and to our real true inner power. They don't want us to wake up to that, because then they lose, and then they can't keep playing mind games with us anymore, because we finally see everything for what it is. And I think even with just seeing like back to the whole thing of just like looking at the world, and it's just like, why is everything so fuzzy? Like, it just, to me, like I said, it just looks very computery to me now. Like, everything is looking very Matrix-like. And again, I think this is also because we not only are we seeing everything for what it really is now, because it is a computer, but also because of the fact that everything is like intertwined, and everything is finally, I think everything is just like, or we're going through a time period, I guess, where everything is like merging. So I kind of feel like all of the realms and all of the timelines and all of the different, like everything is kind of like all merging together. And this is just naturally happening because of the time period that we're in. So everything is like moving very quickly right now, and everything is merging. And this is why everything is changing, as far, even the sun, like this, because the sun is changing. The sun is actually turning into its actual high vibe frequency or going back to its natural state. So it's like, with all of this happening and everything finally going back to the way that it was, this is why they can't do anything about this anymore. It's nothing fluffy people can do to stop this, because it's happening naturally. So this is even why again, they create distractions. They want to do world disasters and, they want to do different like worldly events to kind of like throw the earth off. But it's like, you can't do that, because do you know what you're up against here? Like, this is earth we're talking about. You can't fight with earth and try to create, because they create all of this stuff. They create I'm not going to get into it, but they create everything. So it's just like, okay, you cannot sit here and try to create these disasters and natural disasters, because it's like they're just doing all this because of how fast paced everything is moving, how fast paced the frequency is moving up higher and higher and higher and higher. And it's like they have nothing. They're running out of ideas at this point. It literally is like they don't even know what else to do. They don't know what else to talk about. News stations and all that, like they don't even know what else to do anymore, because it's like everything is just it's done. It's done for them. They can't do this anymore. But again, I'm saying all this to say that it's just this time period, I think, is just because everything is coming together and everything is merging. I think all the realms are merging too, and everything is finally going back to the way that it was originally, which is why we're going to be able to finally be able to have access to access to the different realms, to the different timelines and everything, because it's like everything is overlapping and everything is like happening at the same time, and it's all this stuff is happening. So, but we should be able to even just like, if there's a time period we want to go to, if there's a different, like whatever it is, we actually have the power to do that. It's just the thing is, with all this stuff, the fluffy distractions and all this stuff I think it has to just be completely over, which it is getting there. It's just, I guess the fluffy people are still on their last straw. And it's like, that's the part that's like really annoying to me, because I'm just like, man, can these people stop doing this? Can they stop trying to, I don't know, control people? Like you cannot do that anymore if you have everybody that's finally, or I say a lot more people now, because I would say for the past 4 years, 5 years, like a lot more people have been like stepping into their power, realizing who they are, realizing how powerful we are as humans, and how it's really us. We can call the shot. We could do whatever we want to do. We don't need people over us controlling and manipulating every single move and watching us and what, like, no, we don't need that. It's no point. So it's like, yes, we can finally be able to step back into our power, take control of it, call the shots. And it's our world. It's literally, the world is in our hands at this point. And I think the energies has literally shifted to that, like recently, I would say within like the past couple days, within the past couple 4 to 5 days, like it's literally really shifting where it's like, no, humanity, it's us. We're in charge. We're in power. We call the shots. We have the world in our hands now. So we could do whatever we want to do with it. The thing is, for me, and I always say this is hilarious, but the part for me that's just so annoying is the system part. So when we're finally all able to get on the same page and be able to like just say to ourselves, and I'm just saying, like, even with like the 9 to 5s, the working and all this stuff, because it's like, what is the point of this? Like, normally it's just like all of our lives should not be consumed around bills and work and doing all this stuff. It really should just be, most of our days should be spent with ourselves, with our loved ones, doing things that we really truly enjoy doing, because it puts us back in that frequency of love and harmony and peace. That's it. So if everybody is just in that state 24/7 and we're just in that state of mind, it's just like, I literally think that the system will crumble in a second if everybody on the planet, literally, and I'm talking like, even if people are just working right now, if they're at the CVS, they're at the Walmart or across the street, whatever, you're the pool boy, whatever it is, if you literally just walked out and just said, I'm not doing this anymore, because what's the point? What are we doing? Why are we on this? No. If you literally just walked out and said you're not doing this anymore, if everybody on the planet did that, who's going to work? Who's going to do the 9 to 5s? Who's going to do answering call? Who's going to do customer service? Who's going to work at the stores? Who's going to do the checkouts? Who's going to do this stuff? Again, like I said, the fluffy people need us. They need us to make their system work. So if we stop participating in their system crumbles in a second. But again, this is if everyone on the planet just walked away and said, I'm not doing this anymore. And I don't know if it has to take for us to all just literally, I don't know, live on the land and just start over, like literally do what we were doing in the very beginning and just bringing it back to just community, people, and just us. And then just that way we're out of their situation. But I literally just want the whole thing, the whole system in the Mario Kart game, 3D, computer generated world. I just want that whole situation of it all to just stop so that people can finally get a very enjoyable experience on Earth, and we can finally be able to live life the way we want to live it and live it how we live it on our term. Do things that we want to do, and not just because someone's forcing us to do something because it's like the only way. It's like, again, like I said with bills, if you don't pay them, then it's like you have nowhere to live. If you don't do this, then you can't do that. If you don't get groceries, or if you don't go, it's like, it's just so controlled. And it's like, no, again, because we are in a different age right now, we cannot do that anymore. This is why the energy is like, it's like literally like our souls, because I actually feel it, where it's just like, I feel like the soul, or our souls, are literally like exhausted. And it's just like, man, I don't want to do this system stuff anymore. I want to just be. I want to be a tree. Literally, like or a piece of grass or flower. They're literally just being. They're not forced to do anything. No one's bugging them and putting a bunch of fear tactics in their brain. Like, what? Why would you put fear in a flower? Like, the flower is literally just wants to sit there and get some sun. Like, what? That's what we're supposed to do. And we're getting close to this, but it's finally, again, I just want it to just be at a point where everybody can be happy, genuinely happy, not just doing things just because you feel like you have to, or doing it because other people are doing it, or doing it because you don't. No, like, I really just want everyone, all of humanity, animals, everything. I want it to get back to the place of pure bliss, harmony, love. That's it. Because that's all that it is. That energy alone of love and peace and harmony, it's so powerful. It can literally, it's like the sun. It's like when you're looking at the sun, and it's like the sun is so bright and you just can't even, because it's like, that is how powerful we are when we're finally able to step into it. Our rays of sunshine, it's like we can literally, but if everybody could do this, we can literally like push out any like leftover energy, any fluffy people that are trying to keep us still controlled. We can literally wash them out that fast. Like, I believe that, because that energy of love and peace and harmony is strong. And if everybody can get on that same type time, and if everyone can get on that same frequency at the same time, this stuff can literally go our way now. And it's like, again, we will start to call the shots. And now we can start to be the way that it was originally. We could just be in our energy. We could do things that we enjoy, that we truly enjoy doing. Not just, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's just like literally just doing things that we truly enjoy in our souls, in our heart. And I ask people this a lot, where I just, because it's this whole journey, everything, this whole life lesson really fascinates me. And, I ask people a lot sometimes, like, what do you truly enjoy doing? What is your true passion? What really makes you happy? Not just something that you're just doing, or not, something that you have to do because you're forced to do it. And like, what would you, if you just had, and again, even with the money system, because it sucks, because it's just like, they make it where it's like, if you don't have a certain amount of money, then you can't even do this, or you can't live here. You can't do that because you have to keep working, because no, it's like, no, again, we're supposed to just be. So and again, I ask people this because it's fascinating to me, and I just want to know, I'm just like, what would you do if you weren't in this rat race system? If you didn't have to do this stuff that the system makes you do, what would you be doing right now? Like, what would really make you happy? What would genuinely make you feel good in your soul and in your heart? And a lot of people will just say, either I'm with my family, I'm with my loved ones, that makes me happy, or I'm doing the things that I love to do, whether that's whatever, art, creating, anything, music, whatever you really love to do, or just maybe being with your pets, being with animals, or being in nature, traveling the world, like whatever it is that really makes you feel true bliss in your heart. That's normally like most people will say that, will be like, yeah, what makes me happy is being with my loved ones, is being with my family, is traveling the world, or being able to learn different things. Like people, we don't ask for much. We're here to just enjoy the experience and just to love one another and to learn from one another. And that's all that there is to it. And we don't need to put so much extra stuff and forcing things. No, because that energy is like so gone right now. Like, no, we have to literally just do whatever we truly enjoy. And again, I do think that we are finally getting to that point, and we're finally going to be able to just be in what makes us feel peace and love within our souls. And again, we don't ask for much. So us as humans, we are very loving at heart. It's just all the stuff that we go through knocks us off of that and makes us angry and makes us frustrated and all this stuff. But in our souls and in our hearts, we're very loving. We're loving people, and all we want is that we want love and peace for everybody. We want to be loved. We want to give love. We want to that's all. That's it. Because that energy is that's why we're here to do that. And we are going to, I'm going to say that we are going to get back to that point. We're getting back to that point right now. And people have taken back our power. The ball is in our court. The world is in our hands. And it's whatever we decide to do, whatever we want to create, whatever is in our heart and our soul to do, now is the time to do it. And we will do it, and we will succeed at this, and we will get the planet and the world and humanity back to where it was originally, and getting it back to just 3 simple things: love, peace, harmony. That's it. Okay. So that's it for today. And again, if leave comments. If you guys have been feeling the same energy as far as like things feeling like really intense right now, or feeling like a push, because I know I've been feeling like a push to do something for us to create, and for us to be in our energy and taking our energy back. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Toodles.